Oh, I gotta put it on the chat. Ow. Yeah, too thick. Fire TV. Come on, work. Come on, watch.
We did it, boss.
White collar,
The FBI is off our trail. Never know you to pass up a good
Welcome back,
word.
Vince. Come on, connect to my
Notice anything?
darn thing.
Oh, come on. Can we please enjoy our victory?
Where is the tube of the U's? Road to flight. It's checked. My chat should be bigger on the stupid screen. Why is that? What is that? Save. I'm only at 720p. Lame. Oh yeah, I can't stream in HD because I'm not a subscriber. Aim, speed, like, dislike, or feedback, stats for nerds. Alright. I think it's chat showing. I don't know. Dropping everything. I need that. Alrighty. And that shut me in. Alrighty, let's rock this thing. Never get an appointment with Dennis. Seeing myself on screen, the red has washed out of the back and sides of my hair. Kick out. I have chat on TV. It says it's supposed to be on TV. I don't see anything. Yeah, didn't hit the button. No, let me see. Live chat. Live chat. Live chat. I think it's there. I don't know. Somebody say something. Oh, shoot. Oh, button. Ah, there we go. HVAC, what's up? saw somebody say something. Oh. How is y'all's evening going? I don't have any flyers. Hi, Anakin. You didn't tell Emmy I was going to stream? That's not nice. What am I split? So this is the November project. It's a digital hourglass using two 8x8 LED matrices. Hoping people think it's cool. Better timer than the turkey timer I did a couple years ago. My eyes look really blue on camera today. I should probably tweet things off. Why are you rolling your eyes at me? Alright, let's tweet out. Open up YouTube and get to live UFO project packing. Part 2. 3D printing. I bet you that's a text message from Rosa saying F you or give me the finger. Failed to send tweet. What do you mean failed to send tweet? I see it on my stream. Where's the thing? Somebody check to see if it's tweeted, please. I forgot who gave me the spaghetti pile. What's up, llama? Ask Philip what he means by a challenge coin. Because the challenge coins we had in the military, they were like metal and stuff. Now, somebody replied to my tweet that my sticker that I had sent out last month should be a challenge coin. Like, I know we all make maker. We all make maker coins, but like the challenge coins I was used to in the military, they were like fancy, made of metal. I'm not sure if that's what he's talking about for a challenge coin. Not sure I like this angle of the camera. Makes my moves look bigger than they are. Camera adds 10 pounds of moves. You don't know what moves are? I know you know what moves are. I'll go ahead and post the link in case anybody wants to join me in the chitter chatter. You're a dork. Made a vacuum brush head with the TPU slip-on bristles, and it looks like it'll work perfect. That's pretty cool. I need to get a mini vacuum. Oh man, I forgot to turn the AC back up. Hey Llama, I saw you post a picture of like a garage type area. Is that your new makerspace area? Llama the troublemaker.
Troublemaking llama. What's up, Josh? Long time,
What's
man.
up? Yeah. Dude, I was looking earlier. It said I had your stream.
Oh, I think I got my
Troublemaking llama.
I got my YouTube's
What's
audio
up, Josh?
still going. Fixed. Pop out chat. Get rid of YouTube altogether. And we're golden again. Look at my awesome vacuum thing. I'm very proud of myself.
Said that's TPU.
This is TPU, yeah. And it slips over. I was going to make the whole thing out of TPU. The problem is TPU at certain angles droops too much. It doesn't really
Right.
get smooth once you get past a certain angle. And actually, I think this is wouldn't drip, but it was an afterthought to make the brush head anyways. Because, I don't know if you ever looked at shop vacs. They always have the tubes backwards. Like the second one in line sticks into the first one. So as the dirt comes up, and if you get like a big chip, it jams on the tube. Drives me nuts. So I like redesigned the whole tube. And that's the last piece. Well, it's not the last piece because I'm going to do a big, big reeler floor head too, which will probably be tomorrow because it's supposed to be cold tomorrow. You guys are cold down there too, aren't you?
Oh, it was like 68 today.
Well, it's cold for you. It's warm for me.
Perfect for me.
Yeah, I everyone's
What's up,
bitching
Greg?
it's cold. And it was chilly today because there was a small breeze. But I was still, it was like 50 degrees out. I'm still working with the garage doors open in the garage. I was like, aren't you cold? I'm like, no. It's rather comfy, actually.
Yeah, it's around between 60 and 70.
I gotta remember when I switched from PLA to TPU, I gotta lift the head off the bed a little bit too. Because TPU, the problem with TPU and a flex bed is TPU flexes with the bed.
Yeah.
It doesn't pop off.
Look back, non-fam.
Hi, fam. Greg. Didn't I just talk to you, Greg? Like over on, I don't know, Jerry's little video thing, whatever he was doing over there.
Is Jerry still streaming?
No, he just ended like 10 minutes ago.
I like stepping on other people's toes.
He was hanging out with the Louisiana hobby guy there. This is going to work smashingly. Simply smashingly.
Smashingly well.
When they're stiff enough and yet flexible enough. I can almost make the hairs longer. Look how clean the hairs are out of
You don't
TV.
need that is kind of crazy. You don't need that long of hairs for it's just a shot back.
Well, they're a little stiff. I might need to make them a little longer. I actually want it for like after doing the CNC, like scrubbing the hair out and stuff out. Because I was sanding it, and I found out if I use a really stiff bristle brush, it just pulls them right out with the vacuum. Like I've actually been taking a wire brush with the vacuum and just wire brushing and vacuuming as they go, and it's almost easier than sanding to get some of the bad hairs. Because I was using a down cut, and that gets to be a pain in the butt because it doesn't clear, and then the vacuum jams, and blah, blah, blah. Well, all new stuff to learn. Constantly learning. It's funny, somebody was saying, oh, you're getting out of 3D printing? Going into the wood? And I think I've done more 3D printing in the last like month and a half for the wood stuff. Like vacuums and the whole CNC is covered in 3D printed stuff now for all the wire management is all 3D printed to
Did
the
you
hose.
did you do a do-it-yourself kit for the CNC or?
Yeah. more so than I was anticipating. It's the open builds 15-15. It's a big 4-foot square monstrosity.
Oh, wow.
It's actually 4 foot by 5 foot. It's actually 5 foot square. It cuts 4 foot by 5 foot. And of course, you know me, I couldn't leave it alone. I had to upgrade like everything on it.
Of course.
Yeah, it was a project, but it runs pretty good now. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but
I got a little small CNC off of the.
it did these rep box ends at a freaking 200-year-old oak.
Oh, that's cool.
You haven't seen these?
Man, I haven't.
I know.
Unless somebody tags me on something, I hardly ever see the main feed.
You just haven't been hanging out enough there, Joshua.
Dude, I've been freaking.
Did you sick or something? You sound like you got a stuffy nose or something.
No. Feels like I work 24/7. Because if I'm not doing UFO stuff, then I'm doing day job stuff.
Just doing stuff. I know the feeling. I got up at 2 o'clock this morning and went, I'm going to see if I can get my COVID booster. And not only did I get my COVID booster, but I got in there and the pharmacist lady here in town, I went to the pharmacy to do it, wanted me to get my flu shot. And I'm like, I'm on state medical because I'm not working, taking care of my parents. And she's like, you're going to get your flu shot. Give me your state medical card. And 10 minutes on the computer, I'm seeing her pushing shit through, and she's went through. She's like, it's paid for. Done. Get your flu shot while you're here. I'm like, okay.
That's cool. I haven't had a flu shot in 20 years.
I don't care about it other than where I care for, I care for my mother. They want me to have it.
Yeah, I need to contact the VA and see about whether they're doing the boosters yet.
Yeah, you can. I think it's 40 something now, 42. It's a weird number. It depends on the
talking
state.
about?
The COVID booster.
The cost is $42?
No, you got to be over 42 right now to get the booster.
Dude,
I think
I'm
it's
40. I'm 42.
I think it's 42 or 40. It's a weird number. It's not like everything has been, 60, 50, 55, 45. For some reason, the booster seems like it's a weird number, but it depends on the state. They left the boosters up to the state, so you got to look at your state bull crap. Mine right now
Yeah,
is
but
50.
since I do mine through the VA, they don't go by state. They go by that.
Yeah.
But if it was up to
Well, you should get it anyways if you get it through the VA.
if it was up to a wonderful governor.
As long as it's been long enough. The big thing is they want you to wait 6 to 8 months before you get it.
I had mine since February.
Yeah, so you're right up there with me because I got mine in. I got my first in February and my second one in March. I think. I can't even remember now. I don't know. I called. They said get it. I was like, all right. Actually, I went online at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Did all the paperwork for it. And my mother's like, I'm going to get mine. And then she called the doctor, and the doctor's got like 4 nurses out. So they're not doing flu shots. And they're like, you got to get your flu shot. So I had to freaking sign her up. I wish I'd known. I would have just taken her with me today. They had like 6 openings today. Now we got to wait until noon tomorrow to take
What's up,
her.
Steven?
But anyways, at least she's going to go get her flu shot.
Of course, Bo starts streaming too.
Who?
My friend Bo.
Oh, I got so much crap to do, and I'm just not in the mood to do any of it. Today was kind of a wash day. I did get some stuff done out in the garage, cleaning up more crap. Got that whole back wall pretty much organized now. And then you got Josh's freaking mess. That's a serious mess of spools behind you there, buddy.
The wall of, or the mountain of Alien 3D.
Are those literally all empty spools?
Yes. They're some of them are hidden behind this, but it goes from like here to the wall.
We got to find some.
Half my couch to that wall, and then that whole closet is full. It's like a 6x6, and like 2 feet from the ceiling, full.
And what are you going to do with them all?
Hey, Michael Cassell. I'm trying to figure out some way to break them down that's not as difficult as...
You should ship them back to whoever you get your filament from and frickin' make them reuse them.
Yeah, so they can just throw them away.
Yeah. I kind of like that a lot of these companies are going to the cardboard ones. I get the issues with them. I mean, it's more expensive, but it's only more expensive right now because it's not a major production item.
It's not that expensive.
It's not, but it is. Like, I had this conversation with Dave. And actually, before Dave, I had it with, what's his name? Before Dave took it over. What the hell's his name?
Matt?
Yeah, Matt. Years ago. But they get their spools kind of cheap because there's a company that does, like, fishing line and other stuff. And they make their spools there. So it's only like, it's in the same complex, I guess, they're in. You know, the whole industrial park they're in. So they get them like stupid cheap. Okay,
so I guess if they're available like that, then yeah, they cheap. But I know people that are making their own cardboard spools.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, Protopop's been doing it
for-
since the beginning.
for example, I got quoted if I order 2,000 at a time. I got quoted 50 cents a spool.
And what do you pay for the plastic ones? Well, you don't really buy them though.
I don't buy them, but I mean for other purposes, I was inquiring.
That would almost be cool if it was worth it for you to do your samples on little mini cardboard spools. That would just cost too much and be too much of a pain for you. In the long run.
It's 50 cents a spool.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not a crappy spool either. Hang on, let me find where that is.
No, it's like the I want to say Filament One. What's the other company?
That's what it is.
It's almost like a pressboard cardboard.
Yeah. I just don't know what the heck it is.
It's not like regular everyday cardboard like Protopop's does.
No, it's sturdy. What did I do? They were just here.
I don't know about you. Has Protopasta slowly been like disappearing?
I don't think so. I
just don't see their advertising as much, I guess.
I get their email all the time. They
I
just
get it
started.
once in a while.
They just started a new line of recycled protopasta.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Did not know that. See, I don't get that much. I kind of started deleting all the email subscriptions, unsubscribing, because I was just getting so much crap. And I can't afford anything, so.
Well, I get awesome
point.
emails from companies that. Did you see the title of it? $2,400 off of meth.
Off of what?
Meth.
Meth?
Yeah, but it was cut off. It was a method printer, but the title of it got cut off, and it said $2,400 off of meth. So this is a spool, and it's
that would be freaking sweet.
Recycled. It's too wide for my purposes.
Yeah,
but
the general concept would be cool.
Yeah, but it's 50 cents. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah. But for you to do like your samples on, it's not worth it. That's another $1.50 you'd have to put out.
No,
you do 4 samples, right?
4 samples. It'd be an extra $2 in cost.
Yeah.
But it would, if I designed a new sampler to work with them, I think it would speed things up. But
yeah, it might make your actual spooling up faster.
But there's issues with it as well that I'd have to solve.
Well, that was the other thing that Matt got into. I had a big, long conversation with him years and years ago. His biggest thing was that they absorb moisture really bad.
That's possible.
And anything like the nylons and stuff don't like the cardboard.
I don't do nylons.
No, I know, but because he was part of my little friendly 3D printing Facebook group years and years and years ago.
Yeah,
and we had a big, long,
Matt and Dave are both good dudes.
Yeah, that's cool. I get why he left, but I'm kind of sad he did. I wish he did, because he was cool.
I mean, he's still around. He's just
but he's not. But not that Dave's doing anything bad, because I think it was a good move for the company. I think Dave's pushed the company farther than Matt would have. I think Matt just turned out.
I heard that Atomic Filament sold.
I don't know. Did it?
Somebody bought Atomic Filament recently.
The other one I used to use was I used to use a lot of Push Plastics, and I just stopped using it because there's just so many varieties now. And it got it used to be inexpensive. You get it for $20, $25 a roll tops. And now it's pushing 30 for the same crap. But the Push Plastics Magenta was like a wicked nice color. I loved that. They had a lavender and a magenta that I really loved. Yeah, they like went way up in price.
Push plastic thing.
Yeah. Like it used to be like 1920, kind of like Dave was doing, and all of a sudden they just went absorbently expensive. I have a feeling they got contracted with somebody and they're rebranding a lot of their shit. And they had to force their price up, so who they were rebranding it for they weren't undercutting theirs. You know what I mean? That's why I haven't tried coax because it's just out of my price range. I would love to try coax.
I thought Coax was another cheaper brand. Did they raise the prices back up?
No, they've always been I mean, they're not ridiculous. They're just more than I can afford. The only reason I don't buy a bunch of filament from you is not because of your pricing. It's because of the freaking shipping.
Yeah, shipping.
For me to ship it from you ends up costing almost as much as the freaking filament.
Another roll of filament.
And I just can't afford it.
3D Gloop keeps telling me I need to move up to the Midwest.
Why?
They said the shipping from the Midwest, since it's a central location, is the cheapest shipping zone in the U.S.
You know, that would actually make sense because I know they've changed it all by the zone. Because for me to ship down to you is wicked expensive now too. I just shipped that sign down to Sean for his rented knives sign, and I shipped the clock to Chris Riley, which actually weighed more for like $8. And it cost me like almost $30 freaking dollars to ship that sign to freaking Florida.
Well, was the sign bigger?
No. I mean, yeah, it's longer but skinnier, but
because they also do it a lot by the size.
The weight was about the same. I actually think it was lighter.
Because once you go by, hey Chris, once you go past a certain size, then they throw out the weight-based shipping, and they do a cubic rate shipping, which is basically how much space your item is going to take on delivery trucks.
They keep talking about how they want to boost the economy and everything. The one thing they keep doing is screwing up the postal service. It's like postal service was never, ever, ever, ever designed or set up to be a private entity ever. It was U.S. Postal, controlled by the government. If they want to do a global economy like China, they're gonna have to do the same thing China does.
It's been privatized for a long time.
It's still actually not. It's still run by the U.S. government.
It's still run by the government. However, it's still partially privatized. I had a huge discussion when I went to that postal service event a couple of years ago.
Yeah, well,
and I was kind of given more information than the public knows.
The more
that's why private people are running it versus government.
They need to bring it back to the government and subsidize. They want to do a global economy again and make U.S. products available to the rest of the world. You have to do the same thing China did, and China subsidizes everybody shipping out of country. Plain and simple. If you buy a product from China and you get that 99-cent frickin' shipping, that's because the Chinese government is paying for the shipping.
Yeah, and you know what? If we did that, 1 million people would be screaming communism.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Mika?
That's how it used to be, and that's how the U.S. government, that's how the U.S. became a global marketing thing back in, the Industrial Revolution, because we shipped it out of country cheap. And it was for everybody. It wasn't just the big companies. Now the problem is like you're getting screwed because you're not big enough. So UPS won't make a deal with you. Where they will, like, Amazon say. I mean, I know Amazon's gone to their own shipping now, but same kind of idea. Where China doesn't give a crap how big you are. You ship anything out of country, they pay a portion of it. They make sure it gets out. Everybody's product gets shipped out of country.
Oh, I feel bad for my overseas subscribers because they're paying like between $50 and $55 to get a UFO. Not shipping, that's like total cost. But like in the US, it's $36.
Yeah.
They're paying like $24.
Well, you have like an every other month one to save some bucks, don't you?
Well, I just started an every 3-month one, but it doesn't help people in Canada. It's like $6 cheaper total to Canada, but
$6.
to other people, yeah, but
Mikey,
it saves like $53 to Europeans that are ordering it.
what's up, Mr. Mike?
Oh, I just saw that it was an East Coast, thing going on here, so wanted to pop in.
Hey, do you got any more of that cheapo GST filament?
Oh yeah, you want some?
I think I want a couple more rolls. That stuff works really, really well, dude. Like
That stuff was selling for like $7 last week. Why didn't you pick some up?
I didn't know. Not only that, I could just drive. I could drive for 5 minutes to his house and get it. He only lives 5 minutes.
You could buy one spool off of me as opposed to you have to get 10 or 20 of them or whatever. Get the deal.
Because he got like, what did you get? 3 cases or something of it?
I got a whole big giant pile of it. I got several boxes that are all stacked up.
I would use it in like every other UFO if I could.
Well, I use it for like this kind of crap. I ran out because I use it for prototyping because it's stupid cheap and it prints really, really well.
Yeah, what time you coming down tomorrow to pick it up?
It won't be tomorrow. I got a major running around to do with my mother. It probably won't be for at least a couple of weeks because my brother's in final stages of moving and selling his house, and we've been going up there like every weekend and some nights to help him clear out his house.
Yeah, Steve, I have another Australian subscriber, but I don't know how much she orders in the US every month, whether it's worth it. But she uses a drop shipper. So I ship the UFOs to
Cassie?
Yeah. I think it's in Jersey or somewhere.
Yeah. Because I've shipped a couple things to her too, because I went to ship her stickers and they wanted like $25 to put an envelope with stickers in it. She's like, no, I'll give you an address. And I shipped it to, I think you're right, I think it was New Jersey.
I think
and it sat for like a month and then she has like this big container carried over to Australia. But she got them like 2 months later.
Well, the whole best part of that
it only cost like $2 or something.
Yeah, the good thing about that whole situation is that she never has to step foot in New Jersey to actually receive the stuff.
What's up, Bob Carr?
Well, she, from what I understand, she basically fills a small container. I mean, it's not just her; she's got a couple other people that do it with her, and they it just sits there until the container's full. When the container's full, they pay a flat rate, and the container is shipped to Australia. And that way, it's a buttload cheaper. I gotta talk to Peter. I got a friend that's what he does. He's an international captain of the shipping liner boat thing, big monstrosity.
Does he have like an eye patch and a parrot and all that?
No. He did get caught in, he was coming out of, I don't know where the hell he was coming out of, but he was going through the canal when that frickin' shipping boat got frickin' stuck in that canal there 6 months ago, and wherever the hell it was, the big frickin' out in the Middle East or whatever. He got stuck
it
for
was
like a
parked.
month and a half there because even after they cleared it, they had such a backlog.
Well, it's like you had a traffic jam in a tunnel, you know?
Yeah.
With no way to clear it.
Yep. And the other end of the tunnel collapsed, and they couldn't back him out because he was like, because he posts on Facebook and a couple other things once in a while. I went to high school with him. But yeah, they were talking about going out and around, and they're like, I guess it's like 4 weeks to go down and around Africa and back up. And they're like, oh, is it going to be a 4-week backlog, or is it worth the foot? I mean, they couldn't make the decision. And it almost would have been faster. I think he got like 3 weeks. It took him to get through the canal instead of 4 weeks. Or it would have taken him to go around or whatever. Don't quote me on the exact time. But
well, look, there was a reason. There was a reason that Columbus tried going the opposite way.
Yeah. But I didn't. I mean, I knew
it's a long way around. If you have to go all the way around Africa, that's a long trip.
Yeah, but when you're coming from like China, I never thought about it, but there's no easy way to get from China to here.
Yeah, there is. It's right past Japan. They just go that direction.
Yeah, no.
A lot of the stuff goes into California. They have large warehouses in California. Shipping to the East Coast is more problematic.
Yeah. It's kind of bizarre the way they go about it. That and stuff flying in, like if it flies in from Europe or something, it almost always goes to Chicago instead of going to New York or New Jersey, which again, I get it. It's a bigger airport and everything, but it seems like, I don't know. It's some weird crap, the way the shipping channels work sometimes.
Yeah, there's certain choke points, and there's certain points where they can lay hands on all the stuff.
Yeah, it's really kind of amazing when you think about it that you can order something. Granted, with the whole COVID, it's taken longer, but I mean, you used to be able to order stuff from pretty much anywhere in the world and have it within a week. I mean, now when you look at that, you're like, oh, that's a long time. But in reality, think about it.
You can still do that
all the way across the world, man.
By plane versus the boat.
Yeah, the Postal Service was partially subsidizing stuff that was coming from China. So for a long time there, you could order stuff from China cheaper than anywhere else, and the shipping wasn't an actual significant cost on it because it was partially subsidized both on the Chinese side and by the federal government relating to the Postal Union International Treaty thing.
Yeah. Which they need to find a way to ship stuff out of the U.S. that way so we could start being a marketing pardon my French, marketed. Get our products back out into the world instead of just being U.S. only.
No, they don't want that.
No, that would actually make sense.
So what the heck is that thing you're playing with? Because that looks like a weird shaver or something. What is that?
It's a vacuum head.
Oh.
He's proud because he...
I'm very proud of it. I'm more proud that it fits together so well. I literally slapped this thing up in about 15 minutes. And it I fusioned this puppy up in no time flat. Probably the fastest thing I've ever made in Fusion. And I love how the little hairs came out and everything, and they're all clean and neat. And they're all TPU, and they came out really good quality for what they are. If you want to do flexibles, that Omnia Drop extruder is the bomb. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's by far the best extruder I've ever used.
What extruder?
The Omnia Drop. I was trying to get them to get a hold of you to have them make them here because he wants someone to make them here in the U.S. and assemble them so we can sell them here cheaper. because they're kind of pricey.
Bring it on.
Because you gotta print the parts. It's a mostly printed extruder. Although it isn't now, he's got everything. The newest version is there's a lot of injection molded and aluminum. He turned the gearing system all into aluminum, which I don't know if that's better or
That
not.
makes sense.
Bob,
Better
it's
to have
not that. When Llama talks, he just talks. It doesn't matter who else is trying to talk.
Yep. One of these days, I'm going to bring my mother on here, and then you'll understand where I got it from. Because she's way worse than me.
I don't know about that.
Way worse.
Where do you think he gets it from?
And my oldest brother's getting just like you met my oldest brother when we were there and got to film it that day. He never shuts up.
Yeah, he didn't seem too bad, though.
Oh, he was tired because we'd been running around all day.
Oh, did you tucker him out before you brought him over?
He tuckered himself out. Started running around. We've all been doing a lot of running around trying to help my other brother move. And my other brother move. And my other brother move. And my two nephews are moving. Everyone's moving this month. My two nephews in college. They're still in college as interns. They're making more money than I can ever imagine. And they just bought houses. And they're freaking in college still.
Trying to get the right job.
What's the trade that they're doing? What's
They're
the,
both
the
in the
craft that
computer
they're flying? What?
They're both computer super geeks. One of them's in the government. He's actually hired by the government for cybersecurity. When that oil thing got hacked there a couple months ago, and then the hackers shut down the oil pipeline, he's one of the ones the government. He's one of like 9 people the government went down there to investigate. That's what he does. He's an investigative security, cybersecurity guy. He like investigates and traces back the hack and finds out who hacked it. I guess they actually found the guys.
Yeah, I guess it was probably because they plugged their sensitive, equipment that's, required to manage the power grid or whatever this pipeline thing was into the internet, like idiots.
Well,
because you shouldn't just go and plug those things into the internet.
That's the first thing he says is he goes down there and he's like, why are these people have open net? I mean, I get they have to have a computer network, but they can have a closed network, an in-house closed network. You can't get to it from the outside. And everyone was like, well, then how do I do anything from home? It's a major freaking metropolitan freaking service. You don't do it from home, you dumbasses.
That's why
you do not have open on the internet.
That's why Live Free or Die Hard is one of my favorite Die Hard movies.
I watched it.
Is that the Christmas one, or is that which one is that?
No, that's the newest one.
That's the one where they do the fire sale and they shut down the power grids and the gas networks and take over the lights.
Oh, that's actually not the newest one. That's the second newest one. There's been one.
All these things, they remind me of like that original Hackers movie with Angelina Jolie
I just saw
projectors. They have to scrolling.
I want to see that. I like
on people's faces.
Oh,
we're gonna tip an oil tanker or something.
They definitely over-exaggerate things with that.
Oh yeah,
But it was still decent.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I absolutely agree.
It is lovely 90s cringe.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and Die Hard.
And Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's kind of. I'm okay. It's all right. It's not really. That's more.
What about Home Alone?
Now, the other one I forgot about was Charlie Brown's Christmas. Gotta have Charlie Brown's Christmas.
I don't watch any of that.
You don't watch Charlie Brown's Christmas?
I don't watch any Christmas movies.
Those are the only ones I do watch.
Huh?
And it has to be in December. If it's before December, I get mad.
I don't watch any Christmas movies.
Oh, come on. Charlie Brown's Christmas is awesome. I mean,
Once you
got to see the dead tree come to life magically.
no, I really don't, because it's the same movie every year. I think I've
It
seen it.
is.
I think I've seen it a few times, and I'm done. I've had my fill.
Yeah, but the flavor improves with age.
No. It's like
Or is it
Final,
just that the newer-
Final Fantasy VII was my absolute favorite game of all time. But once I got to like the mid 2000s, it was unplayable for me because the graphics is so crap,
Yep.
pixelated, and I'm used to good graphic games. So when they came out with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I went out and bought a PS4 just so I could play it.
Yeah.
And then they
I
launched.
did this for Borderlands because I like Borderlands a lot.
They launched a freaking expansion only available on PS5. So I went out and bought a PS5 just so I could play a 2-hour expansion.
That I wouldn't do.
Well, that's what you call a valuable franchise when you can convince people to part with their cold hard cash in order to play it.
For a 2-hour game.
I gotta find a cable.
So if you're done with that PS5, you can just ship that to me anytime you want. Although I really wouldn't. I got the PS4 sitting here. I bought it last year.
Come on, don't you have like a Mac? Can't you be like totally gaming on there?
You know, it's funny. I went to college to learn graphic animation and gaming and all that. And
Well, this was what, on an Amiga back in the day?
yeah, well, Commodores and Amigas and Apple IIs. That's what I had in high school and college. And I kind of burnt out on it, like in the mid 90s, and I just don't play games anymore. Road Rash,
Yeah.
probably my favorite game of all times. There's nothing like the little old lady frickin' swinging her walker at you as you ride your motorcycle by. And stealing the frickin' baton from the cops and sticking it in their bikes.
Oh, come on, Grand Theft Auto. That was the game.
See, I never...
Grand Theft Auto Vice City or San Andreas or whatever.
running around and slow and boring. I never got into Grand Theft Auto that much. I mean, it was all right. I'd play it for an hour or two, but I never. That was about it.
Well, have you seen the new thing that Zuckerberg is trying with this whole Meta thing? He's trying to do Second Life, basically, but with VR headsets.
Well, I heard they were going to do a VR. Because who has the Oculus?
Yeah, that's Facebook.
Is that
now Meta?
Yeah, well, it hasn't gone Meta yet, has it? It's not supposed to be Meta until like sometime next year.
Yeah, whatever. All I know is that announcement was hilarious because he had that barbecue sauce sitting on the shelf.
Why Meta? Of all the names they could have come up with, why Meta? It's like so stupid and lame.
Because they're trying to rebrand metadata and the search terms around that word. They're hijacking existing search terms.
Still, it just seems stupid.
Well, where else are you going to get your metadata from? Where's the government going to go and get its giant piles of metadata? They're going to go to the Meta.
No. I mean, I still use Facebook because I got a couple of Facebook groups I run.
Otherwise, you mean Facebook uses you?
No, actually, I use it. But
no, you're the product.
Well, I have a couple of groups in there, which actually the 3D printing group is taken off again. it kind of died off for a year, and then all of a sudden now it's like I get like 15, 20 new members every week. And yet there's still not that many posts there, which is kind of funny because there's like 5. I think I got 3 or I think there's 3,000 members, over 3,000 members.
Oh, this is what the friendly 3D printing.
Yeah.
I had 500,000 freaking USB connectors, and when I need one, I can't freaking find one.
That's an awful lot. I mean, I would figure that you'd be able to find one if you had a mountain that tall.
Dude,
Yeah, look at this one. His house is worse than yours, man. Actually, yours looks like you cleaned it up a little. I don't see stuff behind you.
Oh, I am not down in the workshop.
Oh,
I'm at my desk. Hence why you don't hear the printers whirring in the background.
how many apartments you got in that house? There's 3, right?
Two. Yeah, I got two apartments, and then I got the attic and the basement. So, I mean, I got plenty of square footage to do stuff with.
Yeah, that's not a small house, especially for that location. It's kind of big.
Yeah, it's freaking gigantic. That's how I selected it. I selected it based on cost per square foot.
Is that 2 apartments plus yours or 2 including yours?
2 including mine.
Yeah. So you only rent to 1 other apartment.
I don't actually really rent out anymore. I'm done with that because people suck.
Yeah. Well, there's that. I'm really quite proud of myself with how well this thing slides together. First try. Usually when I make a fitted part, I have to
Well, I mean, it helps that one of the pieces is TPU, so it has a little give.
Yes, that is true. But even then, I've always had it. It's either too tight or too loose, and I can't get it apart easy, or it goes together a little too easy. That's like the perfect fit.
Okay, Goldilocks.
The perfect fit. It's about the right shape and everything. I just lucked out. I think I got the angle right. It might be not quite steep enough, but I think it's all right. I think it'll work. Better than that crap I got now. Big ass, I shouldn't say big ass, but it's a pretty decent sized shop vac. You know, it's the bigger sized one. It's an 8 horsepower or whatever. With the, I don't know, I guess it's like a 15-gallon tank. It's pretty big. And they got these tubes on it that are like, I don't even think they're 3/4 inch diameter on the inside. It's like you can hear it. The minute you plug the hose on, it goes, it starts struggling the minute you put the hose on. So I got a bigger hose and I 3D printed my own freaking tubes for it.
So does it suck more now or does it suck less?
It sucks better. It's more sucky. It sucks less and it's more sucky. I mean, I can literally take the other tube and just slide it right through it. This is more than like twice the diameter of.
Yeah, we don't need any practical demonstrations here. This is a family-friendly channel.
No, it's Josh's. There's nothing family friendly about it. It is Josh's stream, which I'm glad Josh is streaming. He needs to get out.
Yeah, I haven't seen Josh doing streams for a very long time, and then I saw he had one today, and it was like, oh, well, there he is.
Whatever happened to your Halloween stream? Let's look forward to Halloween stream.
I ended up going to Halloween Horror Nights.
Gosh, shoot! Somebody threw out my costume.
That would have to be you because you live alone.
What?
If someone threw out your costume, who would it be other than you?
I got a roommate, or a housemate. But yeah, my piece of cardboard with the end is near, which I put together like 3 years ago, and then
The end is near.
oh yeah, the end is near sign. It was great, you know, it worked.
I'm gonna have to go and vacuum tomorrow.
Does it get angry if you don't feed it?
I do. Garage is kind of a mess. Although I really don't vacuum that much. Where
Well,
it's
if it's in the garage, why not just pull out the leaf blower and open the door?
That's what I do. I got a little battery powered one that's freaking perfect for it. The only problem with that is it's actually powerful enough that like I go out in the yard like an hour later and there'll be like 10 pencils out there and a bunch of wood chunks, and it's got enough nut that it actually pushes stuff, not just the sawdust. There'll be all kinds of junk out in the driveway, which I don't like. Well, my driveway is mostly sawdust now anyways. Because lately, as long as it stays this warm, I just open the garage door and I wheel the freaking planer or the saw or whatever right out the door. Cut out in the yard.
That is easier than cleaning.
Yeah, well, it's just whatever, you know. It's out in the yard. Who gives a crap? I have nicely colored spots of different woods all over my driveway now. There's like some teak over here, and some cedar over there, and some black walnut over there.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
Hello! Hello! Viking!
Hey, what's up, Viking?
Oh, you had asked earlier if either of those places that you had talked to reached out, and I don't think I had. I don't think I had either of them do that.
What?
Good luck.
So.
Are you
I'll
ever going
shoot
to
out.
sell your funny coloring filament?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to get
find
lined up
somebody
with
to-
a place to make it.
Trying to find
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy actually producing it, you know?
Yeah, you just want to be the guy collecting the money off the idea now.
Well, I just want to see it out there as an actual product.
I know, I'm just
You
fussing.
know? That's the big thing.
The only issue I see with it is it's kind of low temperature.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a terrible temperature, and I'm working on trying to find something that'll work in PLA. Because if I had something that worked in PLA and it worked well, it would already be in production. Okay, let's just say that.
The only thing about Joel's video that I didn't see you guys do was like stick it in the refrigerator to make it even colder to see if the color would come back more.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
He's done that.
So here
I didn't see it in the video though.
Yeah, no, we didn't get a chance to capture that. Hold on, let me grab a piece. I can make it go clear, and then I got a little bit of butane to zap it with and freeze it real quick.
Okay.
That's a good
He's
idea.
gonna butane it. He can freeze it and heat it all in one squirt.
Yeah, so
Squirt it cold and then light it back up and make it hot again.
yeah, the trouble with the stuff I have right now is the stuff that I haven't given out yet is kind of squirrely on the diameter. So this stuff's not all like tuned in
Right.
when it was extruded. So here I got some pieces there. You can see that they're gray.
Right.
And now I'm going to go and hit them with the torch real quick. And you can see how they've turned transparent.
Right.
Okay. So I don't want it to stick to anything. Because right now it's actually sticky.
Yeah.
So-
you cooked them a little too much.
Oh, I might have to go to
Well,
bed.
to get the color to change, they need to be heated. Beyond the melting point of the plastic.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I have that, and now if I go and let's see, how can I do this?
Canned air would probably work better than beef, or just as good, so you're not putting gas.
Yeah, I don't have that handy at the moment, so I just gotta here. Let me find something.
Oh, so
We're just gonna blow up the room.
That probably won't happen.
What he's not telling you is it's got like meth mixed in with it, so he's gonna get a real good buzz lighting it up.
I could probably sell it more then, but
True. Didn't think of it that
that'd be
way.
a market.
That'd be a marketing scheme. This has got meth in it. You melt it down and it releases it. Yay! U.S. government don't care. Just film it.
Okay, hey, shoot, give me a second. I gotta run downstairs because I have pizza.
Mm.
Hey, James.
Hello.
Oh, my phone did up.
Yeah. Holy crap, girl. Dude, your hair color is really freaking dumb. It's just really, really red.
I'm glad it looks red on camera because in
It's
person,
almost orangey red.
it looks like a hot pink.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, like it was supposed to be red, and it was red, and then after a couple washes, it looks hot pink in person.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop following this guy because he just posts too much shit. Angel Soft Professional Series.
I'm
Career
still
of
sipping on my
pooping.
Dunkin Donuts. If you want to sponsor my channel, I drink this stuff every day.
Okay.
But that's not instant coffee. That's real coffee.
I don't know how real
I
it
got my
is.
pizza there.
That's actually Dunkin Donuts coffee is pretty good. I've actually
No, it
bought their coffee beans and brought them home. It's not. I'd say it's kind of.
I'm fairly certain the other day they forgot to put the coffee in my latte though, because it only tasted like flavored milk.
Okay. So you can see there how it's white, right? On the end?
Yes.
Okay. Where did my butane go?
Thinking of that coffee, I used to have a guy that worked for me, that would get a small coffee at Dunkin Donuts with 8 sugars in it. They're like, dude, that's like
I don't
half
get it.
that cup of sugar. So when they spoon it in, they're not taking a little spoon. They like shovel it. I mean, you're getting like 2 spoonfuls. So one time I was making it, and I actually went in, and I'm like, dude, I want to take a picture of the cup before you add the coffee with how much sugar's in it. And it was like an inch and a half, 2 inches of sugar in the bottom of the little cup. I'm like, dude, you know how much sugar you're taking every time you get a coffee?
I mean, I guess I didn't say anything though. I went through a 90-piece bag of Reese's peanut butter cups and Kit Kats in 3 days.
I do that too on occasion, but I don't drink 2 or 3 of them a day every day. You know what I mean? I just did a whole bunch of candy because it's on Wicked Sale, and I ate like a whole bag of. I actually got the dark Reese's Thin. Oh, those are so good. Love dark chocolate, and I ate the whole bag in like a day. But I don't do it every day. You know what I mean? That's a lot.
So you can see how it's starting to get back a little bit of its color there.
Yeah, coffee flavored syrup.
They have something like that. Oh, what is it? It's a Rhode Island thing.
What?
It's coffee syrup.
Yeah.
What is that? What is it called?
Coffee syrup.
Coffee syrup.
No. Like in Rhode Island, they have a drink which you basically put milk in a glass and then you pour in this coffee syrup stuff.
Yeah, it's mocha. It's a mocha.
No. It's not mocha. It's a different thing.
Mocha's coffee.
It's like, hold on.
Where's Matty Jake? You know, he's from Long Island. I know what you're talking about, too, because I've had him a few times. We always just called it a mocha. Because it's basically like Hershey's syrup, except for it's coffee flavored. Matter of fact, I think Hershey makes one. But they make like a mocha syrup now. Thinking of mocha, damn it! I want to freaking. As it gets cold, I start making coffee, but I won't add sugar or cream or anything to it. I'll add like a half a package of hot chocolate to it. Oh, so good.
Okay,
The only hot
this right
drink
here.
I will ever drink is hot cocoa.
With
Okay,
what?
you see this?
Hot cocoa.
You drink coffee.
I drink cold coffee.
Oh,
I don't drink hot coffee.
hot coffee. I like iced coffee too. Like them both. I like coffee. You know, honestly, I like the smell of coffee more than I like the flavor.
I won't even eat soup.
I love
It's
soup.
like a chicken soup or
New England
a
clam
watery
chowder.
soup.
Clam
Chowder is not a soup; it's a chowder.
Yeah, it's still soup.
No, it's
It's actually a stew if you want to get right down to it.
Stew is not a soup either.
I know.
Wait a second. Wait a second. So a stew requires that you roll whatever it is you're going to be stewing in flour or cornstarch or something before you cook it.
Yeah,
Okay.
all that goes is
And then a chowder is typically it's just a clear soup normally
No,
until
no,
you add cream.
No. Okay, yes.
Well,
it thickens.
like corn chowder. Corn chowder, you get a bowl of corn chowder, and then you pour either cream or you pour like canned milk into it.
milk, yeah.
Right, but it thickens it and turns it into a chowder, or the stews, it turns it into a thicker.
I don't know what kind of chowder you're talking about.
Thicken
It sounds like
But
you're
like-
talking like gumbo.
No,
No,
I
'cause
don't
gumbo
like
has a watery texture. It doesn't really.
I don't like watery hot beverages, so I don't like watery soup because it's nothing but a hot beverage with crap. in it.
Josh, you're a freaking weirdo, man.
All coffee tastes the same.
no.
So
it doesn't.
what about pea soup? So pea soup is made with the pureed peas, okay, and it's much closer in consistency to mashed potatoes than it is necessarily to
Yeah.
soup.
It's more.
Well,
It's
then
actually
I would
more
eat
like
it
a
if it
chowder.
was closer to mashed potatoes, but I would assume that's more like a chowder.
It is more like a chowder, actually, even though they call it.
Actually, ooh, you could make a really good soup. You could make a really good soup with a couple of onions, a little bit of garlic, some bacon, and the boxed mashed potato flakes. You fry up all those ingredients, and then you put in the mashed potato flakes, and you add your water,
Well,
and
then
salt, butter.
then it's mashed potatoes.
Well, no.
And onions in it.
It's gotta be slurpable, right?
Ew.
He's just adding twice as much water as the instant mashed potatoes take.
Maybe.
Either
only get-
water or
They don't
cream.
turn into mashed potatoes; they turn into mashed soupy potatoes.
Hey, I'm sharing my
Or-
screen right now because I'm going to show you.
I think they used to call it gruel.
No, see, gruel. The thing that gruel is partially milled grains, which you use to make a soup or a thickened stewish kind of a thing. So if you had like barley or oats or any of these kind of like not really good for bread grains, you could grind them up and then put them into a soup to thicken it.
Yeah, sure.
It basically acts like a roux. I mean,
Do you eat grits, Josh?
No. Hell no.
Me neither. I did that like 2 or 3 times when I was living down there, and it's like,
If I wanted to eat sand, I'd go to the beach.
yeah, it's mud. It's not even sand, dude. It's mud. It's literally.
Wait a second. This is the corn cream of wheat.
Yeah, but it's not.
No, not cream of wheat.
Nasty. Grits.
Grits.
Well, I'm just saying,
Not-
cream
not-
of wheat
Yeah,
is
it's like cream of
to
wheat.
grits what corn
Yeah.
is to grits,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Wheat,
maybe.
It's like cream of wheat's made out of corn, not wheat. Yes.
Okay, what about polenta? Do you not like polenta?
What the
No.
heck's polenta?
Polenta is it's a boiled cornmeal dish.
Is it gritty?
Most corn
You're not gonna get like stuff stuck in your teeth and whatnot. It has a texture, but it's closer to more of like a couscous kind of a thing than it is to a.
I don't
Like-
know. I'd have to taste it to give a final.
Grits has little rocky pebbles in it, man. It's nasty. I don't know how anyone can eat that crap. Grits are nasty. They're just nasty.
Okay.
And it's not even the
Bob
flavor.
Carr-
The flavor actually isn't bad.
Bob Carnes says polenta is yellow grits. So no, I would probably not like it.
Nope.
I mean, I guess it all depends on what the mesh size that they put it through is, right? And
Yeah.
what they're using to grind it, and if they've done any kind of, sifting of it.
Grits has sand in it. That's all there is.
No, it
It's
does
even
not.
to it. It's hard little chunks. It's got sand in it. It's corn sand.
It is corn.
Nasty.
I'll give you that.
And it's not even a flavor. The flavor actually isn't bad. It actually tastes pretty good. It's kind of blah
No,
plain.
it's ground up corn and snot. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's not.
So basically, it's like
You
oatmeal
never had grits?
or cream of wheat, except you just have to put toppings into it.
No.
No.
It's got like a hard,
It wouldn't change the texture.
grainy, sandy texture to it.
Like even
It's got-
cream of wheat,
it-
I don't like.
It's literally
Depends on
feels
how
like
much
you're
water you
eating
add.
sand. No,
How
it never
It depends
boils
on
up
how
to
much
sand.
water you add to it.
No,
Nope.
it'd still be gritty. It'd still
Yeah,
be gritty.
it's still got sand in it, dude. I'm telling you. You've never had grits?
No matter how much
I've-
water you add
I've
to
had
sand,
grits.
it's still sand.
Yep. It just becomes less sand. There's just still sand in it. It's nasty. And again, I don't mind the flavor. I've actually thought about taking it one time and like filtering it through a coffee filter or something to get all the sand. I don't know, just to get all the sand out of it. Because the flavor is not terrible. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. The texture
It doesn't
bad.
taste like anything until you.
No,
That's why I was saying you have to put toppings on it.
Yeah,
But it
tastes like
doesn't change the
cream of milk.
texture. It's not the taste.
Well,
that
the
bothers me,
texture
it's
is determined by the moisture content.
negative.
No.
It's
This has
sand.
pebbles in it. It's got sand in it. And there's no getting rid of the sand. The
There's no
outer
getting rid of
core,
it.
It all depends on how coarsely it was ground.
no,
That's possible. But
it's the
most
shell.
breads-
It's the shell of the corn that never.
Okay,
Look,
For example-
corn and
for
cornbread are forms of corn that you can find.
Cornbread has the same grittiness to it.
not
I'm
all.
sorry, it does.
No, not all.
Most cornbreads do.
But
It
for
depends
example,
on
boba tea. No matter how much tea you put in a boba tea, you're still sucking on giant balls of gelatin. I'm sorry, tapioca. But that's
Tapioca's
disgusting.
not bad.
Is it
I love-
tapioca or agar?
It's tapioca. The original was the other stuff, but tapioca is the cheaper version to make it, so they use tapioca.
I like tapioca pudding.
There's nothing wrong with tapioca.
No, I love tapioca pudding with the tiny itty bitty fish egg size balls.
Yeah,
But the giant freaking boba balls and chewing on giant tapioca balls
Yeah.
is no.
it's like tapioca that's stuck together and
Makes no sense to me
not stirred properly.
why that is popular.
Yeah, I've never had one of those beverages. I've seen them. I don't understand putting milk in tea. Like
Sergio,
Good night,
No.
Sergio.
milk and coffee, I get it. Milk and tea? No. What's wrong with you? Lemon goes in tea.
no, I like milk and black tea. Any other kind of tea, I don't put milk in, but black tea, I put milk.
Wait, are we talking hot tea or cold tea? 'Cause I
Hot
don't drink
tea.
hot tea. I don't
Either.
drink hot tea.
I wouldn't put milk in cold tea either. I would put milk in hot tea.
But see, like when
Yeah.
I make my own coffees, I make them like a latte. It's coffee and milk, no water.
Well, latte is supposed to have espresso, isn't it?
Oh, you never showed my screen with the stuff. I got the stuff up on my screen.
Oh my
The
god!
stuff. The stuff on its screen, Josh.
This
Show
is
us stuff.
that new
Oh, coffee
this is
time.
that New England thing, right?
It might
It's
show
literally
up
coffee
at
syrup.
some point.
Yeah, it's Hershey's chocolate syrup coffee flavored instead of chocolate.
Can you guys see it?
It doesn't look like it's made by Hershey's.
It's not, but that's generally what it is.
Oh, there you go.
The same idea.
No, it's a completely different and unique thing to Rhode Island, right? Don't go telling them that their favorite topping for ice cream and delicious after school snack is not special. Okay, they'll get pissed. They'll start flipping out and like running to the bubbler or whatever they do.
I would use that stuff.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. I've had it.
It's a good
I need
topping on ice cream.
Yeah,
I need to get Rose.
good
to
as
send me
coffee
some.
milk too. He'd probably
Rose,
like
send
it
me
as
some of
coffee
that.
milk. Dude, Hershey's makes it. They make a Hershey's chocolate coffee. Same thing.
But that's a totally different thing. That's
No.
not the same.
Same basic thing.
I don't see
Later,
how you
Mikey.
can conflate coffee
Thank you
and
so much.
chocolate.
You know what I discovered in a really,
He's
really
wrong.
good M&Ms are making again the coffee peanut M&M,
Those are really good.
Yeah.
the mocha M&Ms. They are
Those are really good.
phenomenal.
I wouldn't say phenomenal.
They're phenomenal. The problem with them is they only come in the big bags that I found, and I open it and then I look down and it's freaking gone.
Well, I bet you could put like a straw in there that was the right diameter and suck them up like those boba tea things.
Yeah, well,
You probably could.
You could put them all in the bottom of your milk, right? And
I really wish they'd do it with almonds instead of peanuts, because I think that would be even better flavor. But
They did do an almond one a couple of years ago.
I think they did actually with the coffee coating. But oh god, the coffee or mocha, whatever they want to call it.
Almonds? They still sell the almond ones in Florida.
No, almond with the coffee coating.
Oh, no, I've never seen that.
They do make M&Ms with almonds.
By the way, has anybody ever noticed the disturbing trend in the M&M's commercials where they literally are cannibalistic? All the
Yeah.
M&M people,
They're like eating each other now.
they're monsters. They're absolute monsters.
And yet they had to take the Budweiser freaking lizards ads off because they were, cruelty to animals.
What?
You remember the Budweiser lizard ads back in the 80s?
They're CGI. How would they be cruelty to animals?
They were considered cruelty to animals and made because people were actually doing it.
Doing
No,
what?
They were electrocuting them, and then the semi truck was running over the lizard. Kids were going out and throwing lizards out onto the highways or some crap. I don't know, but they got sued and freaking had to take them off by PETA or one of those.
I think you're putting a little bit too much power in the hands of PETA there. PETA, all they do is they do stupid things as publicity stunts and piss
Somebody
off.
sued them or complained and made them take it off or something. I don't remember the exact, but you don't remember that the lizards just sort of like overnight disappeared? There's a whole big commotion about them.
Wait a second. Budweiser
lizard ads. Some kids were torturing lizards and say we're doing it because of the ads or some BS. I don't remember
I
exactly.
think Llama had a dream. And
No.
it thinks it's reality.
Type in.
Are you talking about the frogs? Are you talking about the Budweiser frogs?
Well, maybe it was
No,
frogs.
there were lizards after the frogs.
Yeah.
The frogs introduced the lizards, and then the lizards got popular. So then they started doing just lizard commercials. I personally liked.
There's a bunch of them where they got like electrocuted. That they were like licking the Christmas tree lights or something. They got electrocuted.
Okay.
Then there was one where the freaking semi truck ran them over.
You're off base on the animal cruelty stuff. The thing is that they were using animated characters to advertise an adult beverage. So kind of like the Camel, Joe Camel, and the other mascots like that, they've kind of gone away because of the restrictions on advertising.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why they had to get rid of Joe Camel.
Yeah, why would you think that PETA did that?
I don't know. I remember it being a cruelty to animals freaking thing. Somebody sued him or something.
Llama had
Joe Cool was put out of a job because of the lawsuits there.
Cartoon.
Yeah, it made it look like it was for kids. Then I remember that. It was enticing to children. Which, come on.
Budweiser still has the Clydesdales, right? Those aren't animated ads. They're just like, that's kind of like your Pepperidge Farm,
That's
remembers
advertising
kind of a
to
thing.
cowboys.
Yep.
Cowboys are cool with being advertised to drink alcohol.
Yep. That's why Marlboro Man was so big back in the 70s.
Yep.
Marlboro Man. Didn't what's his name play Marlboro Man for a couple of years? What the hell's his name? Type in Marlboro Man while you're typing crap there, Mike. Who played Marlboro Man? There's like 2 or 3 of them over the course of the, 60s and 70s. I think he was around, wasn't it?
All I know is that the original Marlboro Man died of lung cancer.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, cartoons are
so David McLean, I guess that was the guy. He died at 73 years old in 1995, and his wife sued Philip Morris.
Yeah, for smoking. And won. She won too, didn't she?
Well, everybody won. except, now they just have to put a warning label on them, right?
Here's your sign.
Stupid.
Look, they're getting ready to start rolling the green stuff. Okay.
Yeah, they're
What
getting a
about
lot of
legalized?
flack at that now. You've been watching the frickin' TV ads. The
What?
Republicans and the anti-pothead, companies.
Oh no, it's
Put
going
out
to
a
be reefer happens.
massive television ad campaign all
Look,
about
you know what? If
illegal
Trump had
pot
gone and
making.
just said, if Trump had said we're going to remove cannabis from the Schedule 1 list and just did it, we would be in a totally different place today.
Yep. If any of them had done that, there's just no reason for it to be illegal. It's not that bad. I would rather 100 potheads than 100 drunks any day of the week.
Yeah, well, I just have a problem with the philosophy of locking up victimless crime, locking up people for victimless crimes.
Yep, I agree. If you're only hurting yourself, that's your frickin' problem. I think insurance companies should be able to screw people that smoke and, smoke pot or do stupid crap. Not screw them, but, increase rates accordingly. But
Why would you increase rates for smoking weed?
because you still can get lung cancer from it just like you can cigarettes. It's actually,
Yeah, smoke
It's
inhalation,
actually
any way you put it,
yeah,
it's not good.
the smoke is actually worse from pot than it is from cigarettes.
No, that was a myth that they came
You
up
don't
with.
smoke as much of it.
They did the testing on that. That was in a bunch of the PSAs from the late 80s, early 90s. And that was just a made-up number. It wasn't actually real.
Yeah, it's like, remember Reagan's wife there? She did the whole anti-drug campaign back
Just say no. Just say no.
Yeah. Drugs don't work. I remember being in high school and those drugs don't work signs were everywhere. Everywhere, all up and down the hallways and stuff in the school. We used to go around and with a Sharpie and just right underneath it, you just didn't take enough. They work fine. Take more. They work. They work great. Take more. Drugs don't work. Yeah, they did. Take more. It didn't work. Take more.
Yeah, the trouble with all that stuff is that they had those newer kind of crazy things that came out with the crack epidemic or whatever, and then the crystal meth of the PCP.
See, that's the stuff I don't. Have you ever do any of that crap? It's not fun.
Why would you do any of that stuff?
Crack or freaking do PCP.
That's how you die. That's how you put yourself on a path to the grave.
It's just not even. I don't see the point in doing it. It's not enjoyable. When I used to smoke pot and get stoned all the time, that was enjoyable. It was fun. Smoking crack is not fun.
I heard somebody once say that you just haven't done enough.
You feel like shit. You sit in the corner and get paranoid.
Yeah, it's highly addictive.
Josh can get banned. Yeah, that's probably true. Although we're kind of bashing on it, so maybe not. We're talking.
Oh no! Where'd he go? Where did Josh go?
He got banned. And they banned and left the stream up. Yeah, we probably
do
talk
that.
about it on stream. Where did Josh go? He probably just pushed a button by accident.
Yeah, I doubt that he's going to be monetizing this stream.
Yeah, but you can actually get banned.
For what?
Talking PCP and meth and crap like that.
But just talking about it?
Yep.
In a factual way?
Yep.
It's not like it's an instruction video showing you with test tubes and beakers how to set up a trailer.
Well, it's not the U.S. government. There's no freedom of speech implied here. It's a subject matter thing. His PC blue screened.
Oh no! Well, that's what happens when you run Windows.
True. You know, Josh, you still running Windows 98. Just kidding. Yeah, we discussed kilos and stuff. Filament is not a drug, although it could be an addiction. 3D printing is an addiction. So we're going to get banned for that soon.
Don't worry about it. You're going to be required to pass all of your models through the government database to prevent counterfeiting and to prevent illegal items from being manufactured by people. It's going to be built into the firmware. Your printer is going to go and ask the government.
Kind of already
hey,
is. You realize most of the slicers won't let you slice a certain type of gun and shit now.
I'm sorry, what?
Some of the slicers,
Which
pretty sure
slicer?
Sierra does, has bans on certain parts of like a gun. Like if you try and print a gun, the slicer will come up and error out on you.
I don't think
So
that's
I've
true.
heard. I don't know if it's true.
That's absolute bullshit. I have never seen anything like that
I don't
because
know
it's
how
open
it would
source.
understand the how I would understand the
You would have a better off time doing a render of the G code, like rendering it to look like an object, and then doing image recognition on that.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. My earbuds are dying.
I'm gonna go pretty soon anyways because I'm kind of exhausted. Yeah, unless there is a file name that way. It could be the file name. I don't know. I heard something about it. I don't know if it's true or not. It could have just been like.
Yeah, don't worry about it. They're going to have the DRM that you'll have to have for your printer.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest with you. They did. I wouldn't give a crap. Pizza. Pizza's good. Pizza is one of the top 10 foods of all time.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a
You
minute.
put pizza on your top 10 list?
Oh, hell yeah.
What about like a steak dinner?
Steak's good. Pizza's
Okay.
awesome.
Well, but do you prefer steak over pizza?
I prefer steak because I don't get it as much. I could eat pizza almost every day. I don't think I could eat steak every day.
So you don't think that there are 10 other foods like those coffee flavored M&Ms that would bump pizza up or down that list and put it just past to like number 11?
Nope.
What the hell did I just come back into?
I said pizza was one of the top 10 best foods.
Pizza?
Yeah. Pizza's awesome.
I'd
What
say
about
pizza's
pierogies? Do you like pierogies?
Not
Kielbasa?
really. I like kielbasa. It's all right. Pizza's better.
Pierogies are in my
Kielbasa on pizza's good.
Pistachio ice cream.
is
Yeah,
in like
good.
the bottom 100.
I'd still rather have pizza. Ice cream's up there. It's probably in the top 10 too.
It's
I
really
like ice cream a
wasabi.
lot. But I really don't eat ice cream in the winter where I eat pizza year round.
Loaded baked potato.
In Alaska,
I
ice
actually
cream
don't
is
really like loaded baked potatoes.
outseller.
I mean, they're all right. I'll eat them. But
BLT sandwich.
I had that for lunch today. Would rather have pizza. A bacon pizza.
Lasagna is my number one.
Lasagna's up there. I do like me lasagnas.
Lasagna is a laminate.
A laminate. It's plywood you eat.
Well, it's laminated together.
Yeah, okay.
It's a laminated casserole.
Dude, the best lasagna I ever had, no lie. I had a friend of mine when I was in high school. His mother was like a true blue Italian, like from Italy. And she used to make this lasagna. Like, if she was making lasagna, a whole bunch of us would go over to her house and eat. But she didn't add any sauce to it. It was all just the cheeses and the meats and the pastas. And she put some other stuff in there too. I don't know what, but layers of stuff. But she'd make this super thick marinara sauce that she poured on top, like when you
I
serve
thought you
it.
just said there
But
was
it
no
wasn't
sauce.
baked into it.
Well,
No, it wasn't any sauce baked into it.
Same
It's
thing.
poured on top after. Oh my God, was it good?
Same.
I wish I had that recipe to this day because I would
My
make that.
favorite pizza is Chicago pizza because it's big, thick, layered.
That's not a pizza. That's a casserole.
No, pizza. It's still pizza. I'll eat any kind of pizza. English muffin pizza, toast pizza. I'll eat the frickin'. The only thing I'm not too keen on, and I still eat it, but I wouldn't be happy about it, is like
Chicago
microwave
style
gas.
pizza. You need a spoon for.
No,
It's like a bread
pizza.
bowl. It's freaking tomato soup in a bread bowl with lots of cheese.
Chicago
It's
pizza's
amazing.
awesome.
It's amazing.
Deep dish pizzas are good.
I thought you said you didn't like soup.
It's not soup.
It's far from soup.
It's like a pizza lasagna.
I don't know. Some of the fast food chain pizzas are okay too. It's still pizza, man. I'm good with pizza. Just about any of
I
it.
don't know.
forms.
I don't like Little Caesars. I'm not.
It's not my favorite, but I will eat it.
Not
Little
a huge
Caesars
fan
is
of
cheap.
Domino's.
Yeah, it's not
You know,
bad.
for
Cheap
$5,
because it sucks.
for $5 though, you're not going to
It's
get
not bad.
much better than that.
$3 at Wally World. They
Yeah,
get
but then
better
you have to
pizza-
cook it.
Those are actually pretty good. The Wally World like ones
Better
are pretty good.
pizza than
Probably made by the same company that makes the Red Baron ones.
The Big Y makes it pretty good. You know what I really like are the little deep dish Red Baron ones that are self-serve, single serve. Those are good. They've got like a biscuit crust. Oh, they're wicked awesome. You get two of them for like $4 at Big Y.
steak and lobster is also in my top 10.
Yeah, I like me a steak.
Do you like lobster?
Not
Crab.
just steak.
Yeah,
It's got to be steak and
I'll do
lobster.
crab. Well, I used to like lobster after working at a French restaurant where we served lazy man lobsters for freaking 10 years. I kind of burned out on lobster. After you crack open 30 or 40 lobsters a night for, 10 years, you kind of don't ever want to see a lobster again.
Oh, I understand.
I would rather, and even before that, I'd rather have crab legs or something over lobster. It's better meat. Tastes better.
Would you
way.
like crab legs over pizza?
Dude, crab legs.
Not
you
every
have-
day. I would
with-
prefer them for a
No.
single meal, but I can eat pizza literally every day without a problem. And for any meal. What other food can you eat for any meal?
breakfast.
Lunch, breakfast,
Pop
dinner.
Tarts.
Breakfast.
Yeah, I
Hot
can't eat
Pockets.
Pop-Tarts for dinner. Sorry.
Eggs and potatoes and sausage.
I can do
Ooh,
eggs for any meal.
Hash. Yes.
No, don't do hash. That's nasty.
What? You cut up a brick of Spam. You cut up like
Okay.
4 or 5
You're
potatoes
starting with
and onion. You
You're
fry
starting
it.
with bam. in the
What's
beginning.
wrong with Spam? Spam is 100% smoked pork shoulders.
Spam is specially prepared assorted meats.
No, it's 100% smoked pork
out of the
shoulders. There is
freaking rubber
nothing else
mat
in it.
off the floor of the freaking slaughterhouse.
No, that's what hot
Spam is.
dogs are made out of. That's
No,
a
that's
different thing. And
No.
bologna is just a giant hot dog.
Mike is
Spam
right.
is just a lot of hot dogs ground up into one.
No, you're
Mike
wrong.
is at it.
You're wrong there, Lama.
Spam
Mike
is
Spam is nasty.
no.
What makes Spam nasty is the fact that it's all ground up and it's a pork jelly is what it is.
Yeah. And it's funny.
But
I
Mike
like
is right.
The smell of Spam cooking.
It is actually smoked and cooked right. And
Yeah, it is.
part of the pig. But it's
Well, you heard
I
the
don't
joke
like
about
the
Spam, right?
preparation.
If you want to have something that is absolutely amazing, okay, you take the Spam and you cut it to be about a third of an inch thick, right? You cut slices like that. You lay them out on a baking sheet, okay? You make a thing of mashed potatoes, okay,
Yeah.
and you put a dollop on top of each one of these pieces of Spam, right? And you stick it in the oven and you bake it so that the Spam crisps up and the outside of the potatoes get toasted. You take it out when they're about halfway done. You sprinkle a little bit of cheddar cheese on top. You stick them back in, let them finish toasting. Oh.
I'll eat Spam fried.
Oh.
I usually bread it and fry it, but that's about it.
I don't know
And
about
even
that. I
then,
just
I'm
don't like the taste of Spam.
See, I love the smell of Spam. I like the smell of Spam. It's almost like bacon, but different.
Well,
It's the same damn thing.
But it tastes nasty. It's just nasty. Well, you heard about Hormel and Spam, right? The very
No.
first batch of Spam was made in 1948 or 1942 or whenever it was made.
Well,
It was made to
developed
last.
for the war effort.
Yeah, no, listen. The very first batch was made in 1942, I think it was. Well, with the pandemic, everyone's eating it, so they're thinking about making the second batch.
I wish that Spam wasn't so expensive because it costs like $3.50 a can now or more.
Dollar General has got it for like $2 and
That
change.
is not Spam.
No, they have Spam, brand name Spam.
Dollar
now.
General
They have
for
their
a
own.
dollar for $1 a can.
No, Dollar General is not a dollar.
No.
store.
How much per can?
It's like $2 and change, $2.19, $2.20. Yeah,
it's
I
like
just
the
bought
little
one.
tiny cans, not the.
Nope,
This is like
it's
half
really
size can.
good. They also have the little self-serve packets. It's got like 3 little padlets in it.
Okay, I'm going to go down to a Dollar General, and I'm going to be tremendously disappointed when they don't
pretty
have
sure-
Spam for less than $3 a can.
I'm pretty sure it was like $2.19 the other day because I actually bought one.
Okay, so here's the deal. When you come to pick up that filament, okay, just bring me 3 cans of Spam per roll, okay, and I'll be happy. Real Spam.
You have a Dollar General in walking
full-size
distance,
Spam cans.
Isn't there a Dollar General right down the street from you?
Yep, there is.
Like walking distance away, right?
I mean, if I was persuaded to do that, but I'm not that
If it's
hungry.
not in my yard, it's
I
not
just be-
walking distance.
Do you ever get your car fixed?
No, you know what? I haven't had to.
How the hell are you getting around?
Where am I going to go?
Don't you got to go to work? I thought they made you go back to EV.
Oh, they did for a little while.
For a little while. Must be
But-
nice.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I'm going to get fired in December, so whatever.
Why? Didn't they just get
Because-
another contract?
What was that?
Didn't they just get another contract like 6 months ago?
No. This is because of Biden and his mandate. If he didn't mandate it, I might have actually gone and gotten it. But I think that the slippery slope is way too steep.
Oh God, you're making us think about it. I'm not getting into politics of it.
I just don't think that you should be able to compel somebody to take drugs or not take drugs. So,
Not a drug. It's a vaccine. There's a difference. Big fucking difference. And I'm not going to get into it with you because it's not worth it. Yep.
Let's cut that conversation off right now.
we'll see how it goes.
Going down the streets.
Anyway, I got my booster shot. How's that sound?
Didn't we just say let's cut that conversation?
Yeah, all right. Sorry. Hey, Josh, your hair is really red.
I'm getting a bald spot back here.
It's about the same color as his pepperoni, actually.
That is definitely a shade of red.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'd call that color.
It's definitely not like quite Coca-Cola red. I think
No.
it's a little bit lighter than that.
I would call that very freaking red.
Are you gonna just put like the green on the beard and be ready for Christmas? Is that why you have it red?
I might. No, I just.
I gotta pull up that stream where you dyed your hair on my stream. I forgot all about that.
It
was a long time ago.
I just put all my hair dyes in a bag and I blind picked and it came out red.
Came out red. Yeah, but that's just not your normal red. That's like freaking glow in the dark red.
Oh, if you put it under a black light, does it go crazy?
Probably not.
Isn't that like dry your hair out? Because you bleach it first, I'm assuming, right?
I do bleach it first, but I've got extremely healthy hair as far as the oils and stuff in it. So it doesn't dry my hair out.
I mean, I heard that Rust-Oleum, you could do the same thing.
Last episode of Squid Games red. I haven't even seen Squid Games and I still get it.
The last episode was the worst episode of the whole series.
I have yet to even like be interested in watching that. It's just I've seen the ads for it and I just like, why? This isn't even good.
It was a decent show. Except the last episode just sucked ass.
That and I've been trying to watch,
I mean, look, having a game show where people die or make lots of money, you got Death Race, you got Running Man, you have a long history of that kind of a program being put on.
Death
and,
reality TV.
Yeah, I mean, at some point they're going to just do it, but yeah.
I'm sure they're doing it somewhere already.
what the hell's the other one?
The Hunger Games.
No, it's on HBO because
There was this other Asian one that I was watching, but it was really weird. I couldn't get into it after like the second or third episode. But like these people, basically, they woke up and they were in their world, but everybody was gone, and they had to play games to survive. And it was a different crazy game.
Are you? What is the name of that?
But
that's like Maze Runner.
It kind of was like that, but it was an Asian thing, and it was in like the middle of the city. All right, Chris, catch you later. Thank you for stopping by.
yeah, I'm gonna be heading out soon.
I'd have to check my Netflix history to see if I can find it. I wasn't too good about it.
Another 2 days? It's gonna be only 9 again. Is it Saturday night?
Yeah,
So
I think
2
so.
days from 2 days from now we go back. I wish they could freaking choose one and leave it. I don't care which one. Just choose a freaking time and leave it.
Move to Indiana.
Yeah, there's like 3 states now not doing the whole daylight savings, isn't there?
How are you going to thoroughly confuse everybody then?
Wasn't there some study or something that said more people were having like sleep issues and having issues because of the whole time change thing?
Who cares? People don't matter. We're all slaves to the system.
Oh my god, now you're beginning to sound like him.
It's true, man. It's true.
I'm not. I'm nobody's slave.
Daylight savings time is mind control, man.
Mind control. Okay. Mind control. It is mind control.
It definitely is a psychological. There are
Psychological
psychological
warfare,
symptoms that
man.
are caused by it directly.
Yeah, tiredness. Because you're screwing up.
Irritability, increased risks of accidents at work.
Yeah. They need to just stop it. I mean, I get why it was originally done, but in all honesty, I wish they'd just leave it on daylight savings time.
Its
I
original
like that.
purpose probably served
Bracket
the
better.
purpose.
It did, 100 years ago or whatever it was.
Exactly.
Now,
when they were running
modern
around.
life doesn't need it anymore. There's no.
Well, 100 years ago, they didn't wake up with an alarm clock. You know,
Right.
they
By
woke up.
sunlight.
They woke up because the cows needed to be milked, and
Right.
they had to start mending fences and whatever it was they were doing.
It was to maximize the use of the summer. We're in daylight savings now. Everyone thinks daylight savings is the winter. It's not. The winter is back to normal time. Daylight savings is the summer, and it maximizes the use of the time the sun's up.
It doesn't maximize the use. You still have the same exact quantity or the
Exactly.
same
I
amount of
agree.
light.
Here's the thing. It was like for the farmers or something. I don't know the specifics, but it's so they would have more time. They have the same amount of time. They just needed to get up at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. What's the difference? They're still getting up at 5 o'clock. And they just made it sound like 6 o'clock.
No. Look. Benjamin Franklin just played a really fun, long, practical joke. That's what it was.
Yep.
That's the whole thing.
Yep. It was just a practical joke that we're stuck with. I agree. It's stupid. I wish they'd just stop doing it.
Well, then they'd have to go and modify all sorts of code. Can you imagine how much code is going to have to get updated to fix that?
No, because all you got to do is say everybody lives in Illinois now. And then Illinois or Wisconsin or one of those that doesn't do it. It's like automatic. They keep changing the days, and they freaking. It used to be back in September. They used to do it back in
What's
the
up,
70s.
Fernando?
Wasn't it? Yeah, in the 70s, they used to do it in September. The weekend of Halloween used to be done. Usually went out on Halloween on Friday or Saturday because even though
How are you
Halloween
going to say that they did it in September, but then they did it in Halloween, which is in a completely different month?
October, sorry. Instead of November. I don't know. They've changed the days around. The computer is freaking, it takes 10 minutes for them to recode what day it happens. Because it used to change. Because it used to be wasn't it the first day of fall or something that started back in the day or some, I can't remember. I know they've changed the days a few times over the last couple of decades. They used to happen earlier in the year.
Okay. It affects me now.
You can look up all that information in the Old Farmer's Almanacs.
Or you could just look it up online, but I'm just too damn lazy to bother.
Google it. I just don't care.
I don't really care either. It just annoys me.
It does not affect me. How does it annoy you?
Well, I think I'm going to be running.
Yeah,
Good seeing you guys.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
see you're
popping
back doing
by,
these streams.
sir. Yeah, I'm going to try to stream more. I think life's a little less stressing now that I can stream some more. We shall see.
Okay.
It depends. Well, like if I end up selling my I probably won't be streaming it then.
What? You're looking at selling?
I was offered by a company to buy Alien 3D and then me take over running their company. But
That's like a reverse merger.
but their initial offering to me was not very great.
But were they going to hire you for a lot more money than you're making now, where you can hire other people and work less and make the same or more money?
Well, they didn't have a number for that either, really. So I don't really know.
That would be an issue. I want a number.
I wish you luck either way.
So I hope I'm going to counter offer, and I hope they accept it. If they do, it'd be great. If they don't, I have other opportunities that have presented themselves since then as well that I'm considering. So.
Josh is going corporate, man.
Hey,
It's a tie and a jacket.
If I could go from running a $200,000 a year company to a $2 million a year company, it'd be a huge step for me. But
the problem is you're only going to make freaking $50,000 a year because they're going to keep it all.
I'm not accepting that because I make more than $50,000 a year right now. So it's got to be substantially more than that.
Okay. Well, peace out there. Good to see everybody.
Thank you for stopping by, Mike.
Yeah, I'm out too. You have fun,
He's out,
Josh.
llama.
What are you packing? Are those?
Really whoops the llama's ass.
Are those
What?
the? What is that? The project baggie?
November project cornerstone.
What's the project, man? Hold it
It's
up. I want to see what it is.
A digital hourglass.
I kind of wish I could afford it because I would definitely do it. I'd do it more for the project than the filament samples.
I have a project and accessory only box. So basically, it's got two 8x8 matrices that go corner to corner, and it'll drop a dot.
I don't know how you can make money doing that. It must cost you money to get all the stuff. Take the time to figure out the project.
It depends. Well, like I hired Fernando to design projects for me now.
Yeah, which costs money. I mean, I'm sure he's not free. He's probably not charging a buttload, but he's not free.
It's a decent deal, I think. I don't know if Fernando thinks it's worth it, but so far I haven't heard any complaints.
Yeah, well, he's pretty easy to deal with. He's probably doing as much for fun as he is for the money.
Also.
Yeah.
And so
he's like one of the easiest going guys I know.
But honestly, I like this month I'm making $5 a box because between the project and the accessory, it's kind of expensive. So I'm only making $5 a box this month. But some months I make $9 a box. It depends on how cheap I can get filament. A couple of the filaments this month were also expensive.
I'm surprised you don't get some filament sponsors once in a while more.
You know, honestly, so the way I used to do it was every month I would come up with a list of companies that I would contact and ask them for discounts. But it got very
annoying.
It got annoying and time consuming and waiting on responses and waiting for them to send the filament and blah blah blah. It's just it was more hassle than what it was worth. I still do that occasionally. Like this week I did it to a couple new companies that I'd never worked with before. And their filament was kind of expensive, so I asked them for discounts. But there's most months I pay full price for filament and don't even.
What do you usually get for rolls for a single color, say?
It really depends. On average I pay $20 a spool.
No, I know, but how many how many spools do you have to get of a single sample?
20.
For 20 spools?
I'm up to 20 spools per color right now.
That's not bad then. So you're doing it decent.
I have 300 subscribers right now.
Yeah, no, I knew you had a pretty good amount.
So, well, 296 is how many that are going out. But I have some that their payments failed, and usually they come back after they get paid, and they pay it. So, but as of right now, I'm sending out 296.
It's not bad. A lot of work.
It is a lot of, and it's not hard work. It's just monotonous work. Like you see,
Yeah.
I'm finally done doing the project bags, but literally I streamed 2 hours. I did 100.
Yeah, but you're also yakking with us.
Yeah, I'm also
mean-
yakking with y'all. But usually, even though I'm watching TV, and TV distracts me too, but it usually takes me, like, if I sit and concentrate and don't do anything else and don't get distracted by the TV, I can do 2 colors a day, samples. But normally I like sitting here and watching TV, which distracts me. I get texts and Rosa calls me and distracts me, and
I'm not gonna go
but,
there.
so I mean, usually lately it's been taking me 2 days per color, just because I've taken my time and not
Yeah.
rushing
So
and
it takes
stressing out.
basically takes you a week to fulfill, just to box everything up.
Right. Yes, I know you're still here. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, it generally takes me about a week to do everything. And then when I'm actually packing the UFOs, it takes me, depending on how much of a pain in the ass it is to pack, because sometimes I've got to arrange it in a certain way for everything to fit right. So it'll take me longer. This month, I've got to see if the accessory fits in the box correctly. If not, I'm going to have to finagle with it to get the fit right. So it may take me longer to pack. But sometimes I can just, lay out 20 boxes and toss everything in, and then pick it up, fold it, and stick it in an envelope. And it doesn't take as long. But generally, it takes me between 6 to 10 hours to pack all the UFOs. And that's labeling them and sticking them in the envelopes and everything. So, but it's a good solid week of work.
Cool. Anyway, I'm going to bed.
Peace out, Llama.
Later, man. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. And there's like nobody here anymore. There's 4 people. Whoever you 4 people are, thank you for staying this long. I'm sure some people left after some of the strange conversation that was going on. But thank you for all chilling with me. I am done with the projects. Tomorrow I start samples. May stream a little bit of sample making. But it is extremely monotonous, so I like watching TV and movies while I'm doing it. But we'll see how I feel. But thank you, everybody, for coming and chilling. And I will see you next time. Here's my video. Where the heck did I put my video? There it is. Peace out.